Yo, yo, yo. So, everybody, good morning, good morning. How are ya? Hope your day's going well. Working for that weekend. Yes, yes, yes. This will be day two of Cult of the Lamb. Outside of a couple of bugs yesterday, Wick, what's up, dude? Outside of a couple of bugs yesterday, the game felt really, really good. Like, was really hard to put down. And definitely met expectations so far. So, Twitch integration got a bit wonky, but we sorted that out. Hopefully, it will be a bit nicer today. And we'll keep pushing, man. It's a good time. The game feels really good. We've got a lot more to unlock and experience in the game. And I'm liking it, man. It's a lot of fun. I don't know that either one of them said I wasn't going to like it. I don't recall that. I think I remember Gamer Extreme said something along the lines of watching some of the content and not thinking the game was for him. But I don't remember Pinky or Syke saying anything about them thinking that I wasn't going to like it. I think one of them said something about me not going to like the dagger. I think that was it. Just the dagger specifically in the game. And I've played with the dagger. It felt okay at one point and not very good at another point. The range on it is fairly terrible. Yeah. But I don't remember them saying anything specifically like that. But, you know, we'll blame it on Syke anyways. Because I know that'll... Yeah, the axe is good. The axe is good. Especially if you get the speed upgrade. The axe is kind of phenomenal. It's got so much damage. And then if you get the speed upgrade as well, it's pretty bonkers, man. Yeah, absolutely. Man, yeah, I knew that was probably coming, dude. How'd the rest of your stream go yesterday, buddy? So, I don't know. We'll keep pushing, man. We'll keep pushing. I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun. I don't know that we'll do it all the way up until Scaretober, but potentially. Depends on how long it takes us to get a real feel for getting the game totally completed. Yeah? It was short. Sorry, man. Sorry. But I'm glad it was good. I'm glad it was good. That's good. So, on that note. Oh, you switched to a game in beta? What game is that, dude? What game is that? Let's do what we do. Get over here to this video gaming news segment, yeah? Shatterline. I don't know that I've heard about that. How was it? Let's do this. Move my camera real quick, guys. Sorry. There we go. That works. You like it? What kind of game is it? Sorry. All right. Oh, really? Made by that company in Ukraine. I'll bring it up. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it in the news. I'm not familiar with it. Shatterline. And it kind of sounds familiar, but Rag Lab. Huh. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look. Is it FPS roguelike shooter. Is it multiplayer? Yeah, massively multiplayer. It's on Steam too. I'll pull it up. Pull it up. We'll take a look at it. Like it's kind of got some mixed reviews right now. See what people have to say about it. We'll take a look at it. Cool. Thanks, buddy. We'll pull up all of our articles, then we'll take a look at what Shatterline is. Thanks, man. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, I don't know that I'm really very much aware of what Shatterline is. So, Overwatch feel to it. Okay, never mind. We're not taking a look. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll take a look. Let's take a look and see what it's about. Let's get the rest of our articles pulled up first, and then we'll see what Shatterline's about before we hop into the articles. Okay. Let's see what we got. Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm glad you liked it. We'll see what other people have to say review-wise about it too. Some of the better reviews that we can find. See what everybody's kind of saying. How many hours do you have in it at this point? Was yesterday your first dive into it? We already knew that Square Enix is jumping like all in on this blockchain NFT stuff, dude. It feels really bad if you ask me, but they are not being like quiet about that. They're really letting it be known that that's where they're headed with their development. So 3 hours. Okay, cool. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. Yeah, we'll take a look. We'll take a look and see what's up. Maybe we can get some weekend. Maybe we'll get a little bit of weekend try at it together coming up. Here's the thing. Oh, it also has PvE stuff, which is cool. Yeah, we're starting to see more of a trend of that be a thing in a lot of online multiplayer. Like, instead of things being online just PvP, they're really starting to turn more into this whole aspect of incorporating more of a PvE kind of scenario where you're both having to take on and address the aspect of fighting other players and then other enemies as well, right? So, yeah, and I like that. I think it adds a whole new dynamic to most games that feels really good quite often. So that's cool, man. Awesome. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, if you think about it, one of the things that really made that popular are MOBAs. You were always having to take on and address both the player versus player aspect of the gaming stuff, as well as the player versus enemy aspect of what was happening on the maps, So if you think about it, the MOBAs really have been doing that for quite a while at this point. But you're starting to see it incorporated in a lot of different genres now, especially live server like FPS games, things like that, Here's my deal. This is actually an intriguing kind of article, but I'll tell you why I'm not going to bring it up. Why the shift to Web3 is inevitable in the gaming industry. This is a very intriguing article for me because when it comes down to it, there is at least a good portion of the gaming industry that is heavily pivoting into, whether it be, whatever you want to call it, and whatever their focus may be. And it could be, whether you want to address it as a crypto economy-based game, Web3 development, pay to earn, NFTs, blockchain, all that stuff kind of ties in together, right? In some form or fashion. And while this is kind of an intriguing headline for an article and makes me want to dive into it, I'm not going to because of where this article is coming from. Crypto newsflash. There we get these articles coming from these sites that are heavily based around crypto, and they try to promote crypto economy. They try to promote Web3 and NFT and blockchain. So for me, it's hard not to see this kind of an article as being skewed towards what their agenda is as promoting this type of content. And it would be different if I saw if I saw this kind of title in an article come up and it was from somebody like Kotaku or The Verge or something, some kind of pretty credible gaming news organization that we quite often find good sources of information from regarding the gaming industry. I would definitely dive into this, but I don't trust this, and that's why. A new browser in the browser attack threatens Steam users. Let's see what this is about. A $3,500 Odyssey Arc gaming monitor. Oh, man. I wonder what it's like to just have the amount of money to just throw away on wild, obscure, crazy stuff whenever you want, I think even if I had that amount of money, I still wouldn't do that. Just because of who, the way I was raised and the way I've had to deal with money throughout my life, and the way I see extra money as something that could potentially help other people, and I don't know, man. Let's see what this is though. Just for a monitor, $3,500 just for a monitor. Let's see what this is. Do it once? Wait, do what once? What are you talking about? What did I say? We already talked about this. Focus Entertainment acquires Verdun developer Black. Blow money like crazy. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's easy to say that, I guess. If you had enough to just, it's just hard. I think it's hard for me to just grasp that fact, right? Because I'm not in that situation. But yeah. I mean, I think you're right. Yeah. If you had an absolutely excessive amount of money to where it didn't matter. I'm sure it's very easy to get into that mindset, right? Where it's like, hey, I want it. And it doesn't make a dent, right? So it doesn't matter. Yeah. And I'm sure that's the way. But I do think there are an amount of people in the world that become wealthy that are still pretty frugal with their money because of not always having money and understanding the value of what it means to, not just waste it. And to an extent, there's no doubt that money changes people. But I don't think it changes everybody, you know? But I know what you're saying. Yeah. We've already talked about it. I'm done talking about Assassin's Creed. It's just insane to me how many they want to just pump out all the time. It's just so weird. But I mean, I guess if people are gonna buy it, then you can just buy a new one, dude. Don't worry about it. I mean, the new one will be more like a bag than an internal organ, but you know, you'll be fine. Sony's latest State of Play showcase airs today, I think. Dude, this was we got news. I'm in the car. It'll be fine. It's a lifted Prius, dude. The entire inside of that thing should just be rhino lined, right? So I'm sure you've got like a drain somewhere in there too. I need a new car. No, 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 no. Okay, yeah, it's happening today. Woo! At 6 p.m. Eastern. We're talking 5 o'clock here. We're not going to watch it live. We're not going to watch it live today unless I just can't quit playing the game. So what we'll do is we'll end up watching this tomorrow morning in between news and starting Cult of the Lamb, probably. But I'm going to bookmark this. Random load time. Let's go. Dude, I knew it. I knew it, bro. Yeah, I knew. Dude, I'll tell you. Stream Elements is actually listening to us and is a sentient piece of AI technology. Like, it. It just knows, dude, what to emotes, what emotes to use when for like random mode and stuff. I actually fill a whole car with ice sometimes and fill it with beer. Yeah, dude. I mean, absolutely. So apparently, you know, we had heard that this was supposed to be taking place on what, the 9th? So we tried to watch, or the 10th. We tried to watch this the same exact day that the Disney Marvel Showcase went down, and it just never happened. We had a report that that was supposed to go down, and it never did. So we watched the Disney Marvel Showcase instead, but we'll see. Apparently, it's supposed to happen tonight, and tonight where I'm at. So we're talking like roughly 12 hours from now, 11 and a half hours from now. I doubt I'll be live to watch it. We'll probably watch the VOD of it tomorrow, though, okay? The Indie Game Showcase is tomorrow. We'll watch that. And then we've got Capcom the 15th and 16th. So we've got showcases coming up, okay? And we'll watch all that. We'll either watch it live if it's during our stream times, or we'll watch the VOD of it the next day in between the news segment and our gaming stuff, okay? We have this up, right? Yeah, focus. We've already got that up. Fill the whole car with ice and beer. Yeah. PlayStation Plus, free PS5 game getting surprising new something. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, we are definitely headed in the direction of DDR5, man. As look, DDR5 is already being utilized by GPUs, but as far as like we are working our way into more tech as far as consoles, computers, things of that nature. DDR5 is coming into play as the more commonplace, modern form of RAM to take over here, right? Yo, gamer, what's up, buddy? Random mode just happened, man. Get your random mode in there, buddy. I don't know if you saw it, but go ahead and throw a random mode in. You're looking for the TP Crunchy Roll emote, my dude. What's up, man? EA and Tecmo working on groundbreaking hunting game. Let's see what that is. You and Wick got the same exact emote, man. You both got fire speed. Wild. You guys are like fire speed bros. Here we go. Ubisoft's big AAA games will be $70 on release. Nintendo Direct has been announced for tomorrow. That's going to be today as well. Wait, what? So Nintendo and Sony are both having a Direct today? Yeah, wait, what? Okay, this one's at 2 p.m. Eastern. Wait, what? This looks off. 7 Pacific, 2 Eastern? That's wrong, dude. What? Yeah, okay, so 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. So we're talking 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Couldn't they have done 8? That would have been really good for us. Hey, where my I need my publicity team to reach out to Nintendo and can somebody from my team reach out to Nintendo, see if they can move this Nintendo Direct up an hour for me, please? Guys, somebody reach out and get a hold of Nintendo, see if they can move this ahead an hour and then get back to me, okay? Let me know. Move this to the end here. Okay. Terra Invicta release date blast off later this month. Let's see that. Yeah, we've already seen this. Square Enix confident in Forspoken despite really fun. This might be. I don't know. We'll see what's going on there. Let's pivot. Let's pivot here. See what else. Yeah, we got that up. Yeah. Oh, Valve shows off Steam Deck prototypes without a directional pad. Huh, let's take a look at that. New AAA PlayStation IP to be revealed this month. I'm probably not going to dive into this. The PlayStation State of Play showcase is happening today, but it's not happening until like roughly 11 and a half hours from now. So I don't know that I'm going to be streaming that long. I doubt it, which would mean that 12 hours into the stream, we would have to stream for 13 to 14 hours to even get everything from the showcase. We'll watch the showcase tomorrow. That's the plan, okay? We'll watch the showcase VOD, the VOD of the showcase tomorrow in between doing the news and day 3 of Cult of the Lamb, okay? You did? Bro, I was tilted. I was tilted. I was so upset. I was mashing, dude. Iron Man solo game set to follow Dead Space. Let's see what that's about. I was mauled out, dude. I was so pissed. That was the big bug from yesterday. That was the big bug. Dude, the comment from Tabo was actually great, too. Step bro, help, I'm stuck. It was a great comment, and I couldn't even enjoy it because I was so mad about what happened. Handled it better than I thought. Yeah, I had to just like calm down for a second. Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I quite often like whenever I think about situations in my head, like whenever I replay situations in my head, I feel like I don't handle it very well. But then usually whenever I go back and I watch like the clips or VODs about what happened, I'm usually like surprised that I do okay. In my head, I don't feel like I usually handle things very well. But then I go back and look and I'm like, that could have been worse. But that was a really funny comment by Tabo, and I couldn't even revel in it because I was so upset, dude. We've already talked about this. The Lord of the Rings MMO basically got killed due to the fact that who was Amazon in collaboration with making that? They were like 2 years in, and that developer got bought out by Tencent. And then Amazon and Tencent can come to any kind of agreement moving forward on like licensing rights and things like that, and it just got scrapped. Ubisoft cools off on NFTs and blockchain. Let's take a quick glance at that. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Nintendo Switch OLED console pre-orders. Wait, what? Why does everybody hate pirates? I don't hate pirates. I love pirates. I'm all about looting that booty. You guys know. New Batman Arkham DC Multiverse figures the Joker. I don't know if this is video game news necessarily, but we're going to take a look at this. It's got the Joker and the Scarecrow. Let's go. It does say something about video games in it. We'll see. CD Projekt fully committed to developing the Cyberpunk IP. Let's stick with this. Let's stick with these. Hera Invicta. So, on the note of that clip, Wick, dude, I'm doing a lot of, like I said, dude, I was so tired yesterday after stream. I like ate dinner and I was spent, dude. I was spent. I just sat on the couch for like the rest of the evening. I watched a movie with my wife. Dude, that was it. I was done. I don't know why I was so tired. I had a great day yesterday, but I was really tired. Abnormally tired. It was weird. But the day before yesterday, I got a ton of content created, and I've got all kinds of clips, man. I'm going to be trying to throw everything on my hover here pretty soon and get everything as much as possible made public on the YouTube channel here pretty soon, too. So I'm going to have, and I'm going to be trying to get some new, like, kind of collage videos made up and everything. So we'll have like an outro video for the stream. We'll have some like break videos. So whenever I need to like take a break in between the news segment and starting up gaming, I'll just run like a break video that has a montage of clips and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to try to get going here pretty soon. I've got a ton of like good, funny clip content, man. Like a load of it, dude, that I've got to get to work on. Terra Invicta release date blasts off later this month. Finally have a Terra Invicta release date Space Grand strategy game, which has been created by devs who worked on the XCOM Long War mods, is entering early access later this month, so you'll finally be able to get your hands on it. When is the Terra Invicta release date? You won't have too much longer to wait if you're itching to enter the world of this game. The Terra Invicta release date is September 26th, bringing strategy on a galactic scale to the Steam Early Access program. Given that Terra Invicta has already been delayed beyond its initial release window, this news will no doubt come as a relief if you've been waiting to check this one out. Terra Invicta revolves around an alien invasion of the solar system, but it's not only about that. The game focuses on the response to the invasion by major government organizations and other interests, and it's up to you to juggle those interests in order to combat the invasion. There are plenty of possibilities open to you. If you like, you can simply flee to a distant star system and leave someone else to figure the invasion out, or you can tackle it head on. As you might expect from the creators of the XCOM Long War mod series, Terra Invicta places you in the decision-making chair for the long haul. You'll need to oversee resources, engage in diplomacy with competing interests, and choose how to best deal with the alien invasion. Looks like it's going to be perfect if you're a fan of games like Stellaris and, of course, XCOM. The Terra Invicta Kickstarter was originally launched in late 2020, so an early access release date of September 26th isn't actually that long in the grand scheme of things. Still, it feels like this one's been a long time coming, especially if you love grand strategy. You can wishlist the game on Steam right now ahead of its launch later this month if you like. All right, man. Cool. We actually have quite a few strategy lovers in the community, and this might be a thing, man. Terra Invicta. Throw this in chat real quick. Square Enix is confident in Forspoken despite really funny memes. Yeah, we've seen all the memes, or a lot of them anyways. Forspoken, if you guys are not aware, right? Forspoken is a very highly promoted new game coming out from Square. It's been delayed twice now. It is now not coming out until early 2023, if I remember correctly. And it is going to be the first game coming to PC that is supposed to be incorporating the new Microsoft Direct storage technology. Square Enix has spoken out about the wave of memes that popped up following a Forspoken trailer that didn't seem to land quite right with potential players. Yeah, it was pretty funny. In August, Forspoken released a trailer featuring dialogue between protagonist Frey and her magical bracelet, Cuff. Unfortunately for Square, that trailer wasn't received particularly well, and soon enough memes began appearing over the internet inspired by Frey's speech. Some users even went as far as recreating the trailer for other well-known games such as God of War, Bloodborne, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Speaking to VG247, Forspoken's creative producer, Rao Mitsuno, said that the trailer was all about context and that it could be difficult to grasp the fun things about the game without spoiling the story. Mitsuno and the team have seen the memes circulating around the dialogue trailer, as he admits some of the memes were really funny, but goes on to say that Square Enix is confident in the game despite the backlash. Mitsuno is certainly taking note of the fan engagement with the trailers for Forspoken so far, as he also goes on to say that we see what's happening, we see what people are reacting to, and we figure out what we're going to show next before confirming that's exactly why the follow-up trailer to the dialogue was one was a 10-minute gameplay video. Mitsuno's confidence in the game is undeterred, as he says he understands that Frey and Cuff's relationship maybe hasn't come across the way Square was hoping throughout the pre-release campaign, but he's sure it's something that players will enjoy when they finally get their hands on the game. And other news, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in Square. At this point right now, a lot of what Square has said and done as of recent, just with their business moves and stuff like that, it really sketches me out. So we'll see. We'll see how Forspoken turns out. Let me bring up something real quick. You know, we had a discussion the other day regarding maybe I'll talk about this right before we end the news segment, but don't let me forget about this. You know, we had a discussion the other day during the news segment about a particular individual, a streamer, that got only a 1-week ban for allowing intercourse to stream live on their channel. And there is another well-known streamer who, you know, one of the things that we talked about during, you know, in that discussion was the inconsistency with which, was it not? Could have been wrestling. I didn't look into the details. Was it just Wrestleverse? The way I had heard it, the way it made it sound is that there was no denying the fact. I don't know. I haven't looked into the details. I feel like if the ban happened, it was pretty clear that it was absolutely that, right? Okay. So, you know, before I end the news segment, what I want to discuss is, you know, there's another streamer that just got a ban, their first ban ever, and they've been streaming for a long time. Very popular streamer, and they deserved a ban, but they got a month-long ban in relation to what this other individual just got for a week of showing intercourse. And we just talked about the inconsistency with which Twitch hands out these bans and how they need to get their crap together on this. So before we end the news segment, we need to discuss this. I'm going to keep going with the news. We'll finish the news, and then we'll discuss this before I finish up all the news segment, okay? I just wanted to make sure you guys don't let me forget. We can discuss this a little bit before we end the news segment. Valve shows off Steam Deck prototypes without a D-pad. Circular trackpads and smaller analog sticks also featured on early versions. Yo, look at this. No directional pad. Valve shown off several Steam Deck prototypes dating back to 2019. As part of Valve launching the handheld PC in Asian territories, the company unveiled several iterations of the handheld as it was refined and redesigned on its road to launch in 2021. Prototypes, all of which are reportedly bootable, feature the same configuration of buttons. However, some of the older models don't feature a D-pad, instead optioning for segmented buttons like the Nintendo Switch. Older models of the Steam Deck also featured circular trackpads rather than the square ones that made it to the retail model. These circular pads are similar to that used in the Steam controller. Yeah, Valve's discontinued peripheral. The earliest version of the hardware that was put on display also featured smaller thumbsticks, not unlike Sony's PlayStation Vita. Oh yeah, look at how tiny they are. Ooh, yuck, dude. I don't think I would like that. Look at all of these. Yeah, look how little those look. We like those big sticks, you know what I mean? Like those big sticks. The units were reportedly hand built, so it's possible that the thumbsticks on display are literally from a Vita retail unit that was repurposed for these prototypes. Similarity between the direction buttons and those of the Switch could also point to valve using Nintendo's hardware in the design process of the Steam Deck. In an interview with Weekly Famitsu magazine, the team behind Steam Deck confirmed that it expects to continue iterating on the hardware going forward. Absolutely. Yeah, last month it was noticed that a newly published Steam Deck booklet by Valve refers to future iterations of the Steam Deck, suggesting new hardware is planned. Yeah, we've touched on that. We've talked about that. They've all, the Steam Deck is already widely regarded as a great piece of, handheld hardware, a handheld platform. And as such, Steam or Valve has made it known they're already working on the next iterations of it. Yeah. Cool. That's kind of wild, man. It's very slick. It's very slick. The prototypes. Cool. Report: Iron Man solo game set to follow Dead Space release. Motive Studios reportedly working on the rumored new Iron Man game, and it will launch after its highly anticipated Dead Space remake. Montreal-based Motive Studios is reportedly working on a single-player Iron Man game, which will supposedly follow the launch of the studio's Dead Space remake. Gaming insider Jeff Grubb reported the news on Twitter, stating that official details about the Armored Avengers game should come out soon. He also mentioned that it would launch before EA's open-world Black Panther title, which Grubb discussed previously on an episode of Giant Bomb's Game Mess Mornings. Although some reports indicated news on the Iron Man title might emerge during D3, the presentation skipped it. While no official announcements have been made yet about the Iron Man title, rumors concerning the title first emerged in June during an episode of the Xbox Era podcast. Nick Baker informed viewers that he'd received a leak that EA was working on Marvel AAA game revolving around a specific character or group. In August, Baker later clarified that the leak was about an Iron Man title, but he was hesitant to name the game's central figure at the time because the game was super early in development. Although Iron Man appeared in titles such as Marvel's Avengers and a few film-to-game adaptations, compared with other major comic book heroes like Spider-Man, his presence in the video game world is rather limited. The character got his own VR shooter title back in 2020, which allowed players to fly through the skies and shoot down enemies as Tony Stark/Iron Man, but this was the last time the Armored Avenger featured in a standalone video game title. Marvel also once had plans for an open-world Iron Man game, but the project was canceled in 2012. Although Iron Man has not starred in many of his own games, the character is by no means being ignored. Marvel's Avengers recently honored Iron Man by adding a skin inspired by the popular film Avengers Endgame. He'll also feature in the upcoming Marvel's Midnight Suns, which features an ensemble cast of the comic company's most iconic characters as they face off against the Mother of Demons, Lilith. Iron Man's exact role in the RPG remains unknown, though gameplay footage implied this Tony Stark might be overpowered. No project release window for the rumored Iron Man title currently. Obviously, we're not really going to get many more details, I would suspect, until the release of the remake of Dead Space. Okay, that would be kind of my assumption here moving forward. So, confirmation though, Iron Man game in the works by Motive, and soon as Dead Space remake is finished and close to being released, we'll probably get a lot more information on what's going on with the Iron Man game, okay? Ubisoft cools off on NFTs and blockchain, says it is in research mode. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot appears to be walking back some of the company's enthusiasm for NFTs months after receiving strong pushback for its NFT project Quartz. Guillemot, the CEO of French gaming giant Ubisoft, appears to have cooled the rhetoric behind the company's NFT gaming project Quartz, noting in a recent interview that it was merely in research mode concerning Web3 tech integrations. It's a relatively different take from other Ubisoft execs in the past, including Chief Financial Officer Frederic Dugo, who in October stated that blockchain integrations will enable users to own and earn content. The firm wants to be one of the key players here. Now, remember Ubisoft. Yo, Kayla, what's up, my friend? Ubisoft was one of the first to actually, first big AAA devs to roll out NFTs in their games, right? They rolled it out in one of their Ghost Recon games, if I remember correctly, and it did not go over well. During a Saturday interview with GameIndustry.biz, Gumeau appears to be walking some of those comments back, emphasizing that at this stage, Ubisoft is primarily looking to discover how NFTs can be applied to games and whether they will benefit gamers or not. Ubisoft announced its foray into NFTs in December after launching a beta version of Ubisoft Quartz aimed at offering gamers playable NFTs that could be utilized in games such as Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. There it was. The move was met with strong pushback from some members of the NFT-hating gamer community, with some accusing the firm of milking every cent possible out of its popular game franchises by introducing NFTs into the mix. Nicolas Puard, the vice president of Ubisoft's Strategic Innovations Lab, defended the company's NFT efforts in January, stating, "I think gamers don't get what a digital secondary market can bring to them." Look, anybody that is up within a company that has publicly moved forward with saying, this is where we're headed. I mean, either they're going to have to get behind that statement and go, this is good. This is good for us. This is good for gaming. This is where we're headed. Everybody should be happy about this. Or if they go against the grain, right? They go, I don't feel good about this. I don't know that this is where our company should be going. They're going to get ousted, right? So is it a surprise to see that somebody else within Ubisoft, the vice president of strategic innovations, is quoted as saying, this is good. I don't think you guys understand why this is good for you. Come on, man. Reflecting on Ubisoft's NFT rollout, Gumeau says the firm ultimately didn't communicate the company's approach to the project effectively enough. Call it what it is, man. You guys just want more money. The Ubisoft CEO was also questioned about the environmental impacts of blockchain tech, something which is often highlighted by gamers who generally confuse energy-intensive proof-of-work chains as the industry standard for all projects. Gumeau noted that while he's very cautious about the environmental impacts of the sector, he's optimistic that these issues will be ironed out over time. Look, I've said this from the get-go with NFTs. I can actually see a vision of NFTs working well enough to be mutually beneficial to both the gamer, the consumer, and the developer, right? But they are not being incorporated that way. Mamzelle, how are you, my friend? How you feeling today? Which is why they just constantly come off as being a very scummy incorporation by these devs. And that's why they're not being, by us as the gamer and the consumer of this kind of technology and incorporation. It's not being embraced. We're going, no, this isn't cool, man. We know what you guys are doing. So until that happens, until developers come out and go, look, this is they're very clear and communicating to us very effectively about why it is in the development process a good thing for us in the development, what we're going to be able to benefit from it greatly, and even maybe to a greater extent than the developer, while they might make money off of it as well. What we can see as a bigger pro list as the consumer, it's not really going to be embraced by the consumer, I don't think. Oh, man, I'm so sorry, Mamzelle. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Well, I hope that the doc can get you righted, get get you fixed up. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Nintendo Switch OLED console is up for pre-order, guys. Here you go, all you Poke fans. Check it out. It's pretty. It's pretty. Following the debut of Splatoon 3 Special Edition Nintendo Switch OLED console last month, Nintendo has opened up pre-orders for a new design based on the upcoming video game Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's expected to arrive on your doorstep November 4th, and all of the details you need to get your hands on one can be found below. The new Pokemon-themed Nintendo Switch OLED system features legendary Pokemon Koraidon and Miraidon, I think it's Miraidon, on the front of the dock, and special illustrations of starter Pokemon Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley alongside various Scarlet and Violet symbols on the back of the console itself. Naturally, the Joy-Con controllers come in the title colors and include the emblems from the Naranja Academy and Uva Academy. Ah, that's cute, man. I like it. Yeah. Scarlet and Violet will be set in the brand new Paldea region, which is based on the Iberian Peninsula in Europe. The new games are the first open-world Pokemon games with players able to explore the region without any set routes to follow. The games will also feature the Terrestrial Phenomenon, a new battle gimmick which crystallizes Pokemon and boosts their attack power related to one specific type of attack. While most Pokemon will have a Terra type that matches one of their two Pokemon types, some Pokemon will have alternate types, which opens up a world of possibilities in battles. Yeah, we were aware of that, and it definitely creates a whole new kind of aspect to how to address the Pokemon. What's the word I'm looking for? When it, in the advantages and disadvantages of the Pokemon types in the battling system, I guess. Yeah. So especially when it comes to the multiplayer PvP aspect of it, you're going to come across people that have been able to find some of these rare Pokemon, like maybe, a Pikachu that is able to, actually turn into its crystallized form that has rock type moves or water type moves or something like that, and it's going to actually totally change the flip the script in the battle, if you will, be pretty wild. It's kind of a cool incorporation they're doing now with Pokemon there. If I can see one today, that is. Oh yeah, I guess that would be a thing, huh? I hope so. New Batman. Arkham DC Multiverse figures the Joker, Red Hood, and Scarecrow. Oh, I like. Yeah. I'm about to sneeze, guys. Sorry. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you. Oh, man, yeah. Woo, usually I get two there. Just one. I guess I just needed one. I didn't think this was going to really have anything to do with gaming, but if you're interested, this stuff's just... Look at the Scarecrow. That's really cool. I had to pull it up and just look at these real quick. If you're interested, you guys collect some figurines and stuff like that, then I'll let you take a look at this article, okay? There it is. All right, here we go. CD Projekt fully committed to developing the Cyberpunk IP. Despite Phantom Liberty confirmed as sole expansion. So CD Projekt is totally, fully committed, quoted, to developing the Cyberpunk IP further, despite Phantom Liberty confirmed as the game's only expansion, which also will not be available on previous consoles, i.e. PS4 and Xbox One. Michael Nowakowski, CD Projekt's Vice President of Business Development, confirmed the news during a recent earnings call. We have decided, quote, we have decided to develop one major expansion for Cyberpunk, which is going to take advantage of all the capabilities of the new gen consoles. Having said that, we're totally fully committed to developing the Cyberpunk IP further beyond this particular Cyberpunk expansion. We've had discussion about this previously. This is what I'm going to say. For one reason or another, CDPR decided that this was the way for them to move forward in addressing what needed to be done with this Cyberpunk expansion, in making it in a way that it is not available for anybody that owns the title on previous gen consoles. I think the thing that really makes this feel even worse is that whenever the expansion was announced, they came out with a quote stating, "This is the way that Cyberpunk was meant to be experienced." Which ultimately means anybody that, and remember, this game was developed initially for PS4, Xbox One, and new gen consoles, and PC, right? And which means that anybody that invested in purchasing this game for previous gen consoles actually has to buy a new gen PC, a new gen console, or they won't get to experience the game as it was meant to be experienced. That quote in and of itself feels bad. Even without regard to the expansion in and of itself, it feels bad that they have to come out with a quote like that for just simply the fact that the game being released in its initial state, the developers are even basically what they're stating is that for the last 2 years between the game's release and right now, they're stating that nobody has actually been able to experience what Cyberpunk was supposed to be. So all in all, it feels bad all the way around, I think. Well, we've put a lot of effort and time into building this franchise. We definitely want to continue to build upon what was built right now with new stories, new experiences, new content, basically. Not just the video game format. In terms of expansions, there's just going to be one major expansion. However, there's going to be new stuff in the future. The news comes just as Netflix Anime Edgerunners launches on this streaming platform, a key example of CD Projekt expanding Cyberpunk outside of gaming. It's unclear, however, if this means a sequel, a spin-off to Cyberpunk 77 is in the works, or if any unused content is put into novels or the like instead. Phantom Liberty will be released on new-gen consoles only and is confirmed to star Keanu Reeves, once again, as Johnny Silverhand. A new official modding tool named Red Mod has also been released to allow modders to easily expand on the game. There you go. Okay. EA and Tecmo working on groundbreaking hunting game in feudal Japan. A new AAA hunting game is set in feudal Japan, is being developed by EA and Tecmo. They have partnered with Studio Omega Force, the developers behind the popular Dynasty Warriors series, to release the next great hunting game. The title is said to feature groundbreaking gameplay, which will take the genre to new heights. This original IP is based in fantasy feudal Japan, with more details being announced later this month. Details on the upcoming title are fairly light, but the developers are keen for players to see what they have in store when the game releases. New feudal Japan hunting game in development. Quote, adding the global resources of EA with our own will help us introduce a new kind of hunting game to a global audience of players, said Yosuke Hayashi, Executive Vice President of Tecmo. I'm really looking forward to the day that gamers from around the world can play this new game. The studio is known for its work across a range of genres from hack and slash to hunting action games and more. In addition to its popular Warriors series, the studio has worked on games like Attack on Titan, Dragon Quest, Fire Emblem, Hyrule Warriors, and more. It's hoped that Tecmo's experience alongside EA's own will create an exciting hunting title that will excite fans from around the world and hopefully won't have any kind of microtransaction or loot box scenario-based stuff in it because of EA. They've elevated the hunting genre to the next level, emerging their proven talent for combat gameplay with unexpected and innovative mechanics, said Jeff Gammon, general manager of EA Partners. We can't wait to introduce their groundbreaking new adventure to the world later this month. There you have it. Everything we currently know about EA and Tecmo's hunting game. Okay. I'm sure we'll see more, but that's news. Of course, it's got to have EA involved, you know. Here you go, guys. Ubisoft's big AAA games will be $70, according to, again, their CEO, Yves Guillemot. Following the launch of PS5 and Xbox Series XS, multiple video game publishers bumped up the price of new-gen versions of some of their games. While Ubisoft resisted that trend to this point, their CEO, Guillemot, tells Axios in an exclusive interview that it is making $70 the standard price for bigger AAA experiences published by the company. We'll finish this article and we'll talk about this. We already knew that the new-gen versions of Ubisoft's long-in-development pirate game Skull and Bones would retail for $70, but now it appears to be the start of standard pricing for Ubisoft. In that interview with Axios, Guillemot stated that some of the games will come at the same price as the competition. The big AAA games will come at $70. In 2020, Ubisoft CTO Duguet said that games released in 2020 would not reach the $70 mark, and they didn't, outside of special editions. Then last year, Duguet said, in terms of pricing, we've been analyzing the competitive dynamics of the past quarter, and we're still looking at new opportunities, but we have not made any decisions yet. Today's Axios interview with Guillemot is the first indication that Ubisoft has come to an official decision regarding its pricing. Ubisoft is far from the only gaming company increasing prices. Publishers like 2K, Activision, and Sony have been selling select games for $70 since the introduction of the new consoles in 2020. Meanwhile, last month, PlayStation announced it was raising the price of its PlayStation 5 consoles in select non-US markets. Skull and Bones, the first $70 Ubisoft title, is set to launch on November 8th. It's worth noting that new versions of Assassin's Creed Mirage are currently listed on retailer websites for $50. So, money, right? No doubt that gaming, is a business, but it's a very lucrative business. And what feels bad is you know what's going to happen with these games. What happens with most AAA developers is they go, you pay full price, and then a month and a half later, hey, go ahead and pay half of what you paid for full price of the game, and you can get all this DLC content. And then 4 months down the line, hey, go ahead and pay that same price, and here's some more DLC. When you know all that content was already finished whenever the game released, it's just a way for them to keep sucking money out of people whenever that content was quite obviously already prepared and ready for the base game on release. They just want to keep pulling money out of people. It's a very, very bad trend in the game. And, that's aside from the fact of the microtransaction shops and loot boxing and things like that go on with the games as well. And it feels bad, man. But then now, they also feel the need to be raising prices of the base games as at the same time. When's it going to stop, PlayStation Plus free PS5 game getting surprising new update. One of the current free games that is available to download in PS5 and PlayStation Plus is soon slated to receive a surprising new update. Within the past week, Sony pushed September 2022's new PS Plus titles live for subscribers to begin downloading until early October. While this month's slate of games is most notably headlined by Need for Speed Heat, it's the PS5 offering Toem that will now be getting that much larger thanks to a forthcoming patch. Detailed on the PlayStation blog today, developer Something We Made revealed that It's adding an entire new island called Basto to Tome in the future. Update will be completely free to download and looks to add the largest new locale to Tome that is seen in the entire game. Something We Made says that the new content will bring in an additional 1 to 2 hours of playtime to Tome and will be unlocked after the base game has been completed. Since Tome is now available for PS Plus subscribers to download on PS5 for no cost, Something We Made said that it wanted to look to expand the title now that it will seemingly reach a much larger audience. As such, many of the ideas and gameplay mechanics that didn't make it into the original version of Tome are said to have now been folded into this new update. This update will be a gift to all their players as thanks for playing. We sincerely and hope you enjoy all its changes. We don't quite know exactly when it will drop, but keep Tome installed on your PS5 and you'll be reminded when it does. All right, there you go. I'm not going to dive into this. Just know this. Look, here's the deal. They're promoting a specific type of DDR5 here. That's why I'm not going to read this whole thing. It's a promotional article. I didn't know that when I pulled it up. But we're working our way into the evolution of technology where in PCs and consoles and things like that, the incorporation of DDR5 is going to start becoming more mainstream. This means faster memory and more efficient processing from pulling memory locations between your processor and the RAM and your storage and things like that. So that's what it means, okay? TLDR, this is the new iteration of random access memory, DDR5. The more prominent that we've been on version of RAM for the past number of years has been DDR4. We're moving into DDR5, and that's what you need to know. If you're getting into the realm of building PCs and things like that, the more current versions of the newer generation of CPUs and motherboards and chipsets and everything, they are DDR5 compatible, which means it's just a more advanced piece of technology, and that's what you should be looking to utilize moving forward. DDR5 is going to be more expensive than DDR4 at this point because that's the way technology works. Whenever you're advancing and moving into a new stage of technology, whether it be, for instance, from us moving from hard disk drives into solid state drives, storage-wise, it took an amount of time for the solid state drives to get down in price to make it more commonplace to use and everything. It'll be the same thing with the transition from DDR4 to DDR5. DDR5 is going to be more expensive than DDR4 while production ramps up and it becomes more commonplace. But if you're looking to build a modern rig right now or anything like that, you should have an eye on seeing what you can do about, working your way into utilizing DDR5 if you can, okay? A new browser in the browser attack threatens Steam users. Those dodgy hackers are at it again, and this is one that gamers in particular need to keep an eye out for as it targets Steam users. Group IB via Bleeping Computer is reporting that a sophisticated browser in the browser's phishing technique is snaring Steam users. In particular, competitive and professional gamers are being targeted with fake direct messages on Steam, inviting them to join tournaments. The user will then navigate to a slick-looking game tournament platform where they are asked to log in using their Steam credentials in a two-factor authentication code. Once that's done, the hackers will have access to the user's account, being able to change the login credentials, making recovery difficult. By the time you regain access to your virtual goods, such as skins, will probably be gone. credit card info could be compromised, or the hacker may use your friend's list for further targeting. By baiting users with tournament play, this is an attack that is apparently aimed at competitive and professional gamers. These accounts are the ones that are more likely to have expensive virtual goods, with Group IB claiming that some accounts are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This kind of phishing attack is especially devious since it is a mimicking render of a real browser pop-up window. For all intents and purposes, an unsuspecting user would believe they are using a real site, complete with a security certificate, multiple languages, and a professional design. The fake window can be maximized, minimized, and moved around to give it a more legitimate look. Man, that's rough. Yay for prepaid cards. There you go, mamselle. Yep. As the attack uses JavaScript, a script blocking extension will offer some protection by preventing the malicious code from running. As someone that has fallen victim to a browser phishing attack in years past, I use a script blocking extension. It can be a pain when navigating to new sites, but in the years since installing, I cannot imagine not using it. The general rules of the internet remain. If something appears too good to be true, it probably is. Absolutely. Don't click on links from sources you don't trust, and carefully filter or ignore unknown direct messages and emails. Whether it's cryptocurrency, NFTs, or CSGO skins, if something has a dollar value attached to it, dodgy scumbags will try to steal them from you. Stay safe out there. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a very, very good way about going about it, mamselle. Absolutely. One of the other things I'll say is quite often people, especially in today's, today's day and age of we do everything online, right? You do everything online. But people are very hesitant about spending any kind of extra money on investing in a very good security suite for their technology, investing in a VPN, things like that, there are all kinds of different ways in which, and that's a very good one right there that you use, using prepaid cards for anything that you do online. There are a lot of ways in which people need to educate themselves on protecting their identities, their accounts, their money, because there's so much that we do online. And I'm not going to go into the details of it because we could talk about it all day long. But it's, and I mean, this goes all the way down to like just very, very general rule of thumb things about the kinds of passwords you should be setting up on your accounts, using two-factor authentication, things like that people are just very, very, not letting websites or your computer like save your passwords. There are very basic things like that. I mean, that people just allow to happen or don't set good passwords. Allow, their website, their browsers to like save their passwords. Stuff like it's just things like that people shouldn't do. People need to be more educated about ways to protect themselves, their accounts, their information, and it's actually pretty wild how just nonchalant people are about the way they go about addressing their information in the online realm. It's crazy. Protect yourselves. That's a really good one, mamselle. I like that. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, this is wild. No one can stop you from spending $3,500 on a Samsung Odyssey Arc except my wallet. Because I don't have that amount of money to spend on it. Samsung's behemoth Odyssey Arc, a $3,500 55-inch curved gaming monitor, is going on sale today after a few weeks of being available for pre-orders. Somewhat shockingly, given how gaming launches have gone in the past few years, you may actually be able to just walk into a store and buy one. Checking stock at our local Best Buy, several Verge staff members found that stores had 1 or 2 models available for pickup today. To be clear, I'm not stating that you should casually spend a month or two's rent on a mini LED gaming monitor that's the size of a decent TV. In fact, it feels a little bit wrong that it could even be that easy. There have been 9 months of hype building around the Odyssey Arc since its CES 2022 debut. And it's such a bonkers product that it feels like you should need permission from someone to get it. At the very least, your chiropractor should have to sign a note saying that you understand the risks of using a computer monitor capable of completely towering over you. How are you sitting that close to a 55-inch monitor? Dude, he's literally only seeing like this. What? With that said, I totally understand if you find yourself puzzling out how much you get for selling your car, then trying to figure out how you'd get the Arc's undoubtedly massive box home. The solution to that, by the way, just ordering it from Amazon. Button, okay, that's promotion, yeah. But maybe try to resist the call of the void on this one, at least until we're able to properly review it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, there are differences that make something to be considered a TV, between a TV and a monitor, but that's neither here nor there. Samsung's similarly outrageous 49-inch Odyssey G9 has found a home on several editors' desks. This thing takes things to a perhaps unconscionable level. I've talked about this a lot, about like just big monitors in general. Big monitors that you're going to use for gaming, whether it be a TV or a monitor, you know, it's gotten much more, you know, the line between that's gotten tough to draw anymore, but whatever. The bigger, like I said, my main monitor is a 27-inch, and I like to sit pretty close to my monitor. So I couldn't imagine going any bigger than a 27-inch without getting some kind of curve to it, right? And even then, I feel like I would probably have to start sitting back a little bit further. So whenever you talk about something like in the realm of 35 and above, anything beats my old square monitor. Yeah. Well, I've got a 24. I've got 2 monitors I use. I've got a 24-inch in a vertical setup, right? If you've never used a monitor in a vertical setup, I highly recommend it. You know, that's the way a lot of web pages and software and everything are actually developed. They're much more functional in a vertical monitor, if you didn't know that. But my main monitor is horizontal. It's 27-inch. I use it to game with, and I really enjoy it. But I don't know. I'm probably roughly a foot to 15 inches away, you know, from it at all times. And it feels good. But going any bigger, I'm going to be going like this. You know, I even find times where it's certain games, depending on like if the camera pans in and out real quick, I'll find myself like moving out. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine, you know, just in this kind of setup. Now, if you're just like gaming on a couch or whatever, and you've got it like put up on a wall, it's probably fine. But like this right here, dude, there is no way. There's absolutely no way. You're literally sitting here gaming on this 55-inch, 55 inches. That close? You're only seeing like a third of this screen at all times. There's no way. Okay. Yeah, Mamselle. Yeah, I hope you start feeling better. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you've got $3,500. Now, look at that vertical setup. That's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. I mean, I like that. And to be able to, like, just do this is what's kind of unique about it. This is what's pretty cool. You go with a, because what is that across, you know? A 55-inch monitor. What are we talking about across here? And look, they've got like 3 different screens set up on here. That's pretty cool. So instead of getting like 5 monitors set up if you needed it. You could buy this thing, put it in a vertical setup, and then like you've got your game down here. You've got two additional screens up at the top. That's actually pretty cool, man. But I still can't see myself paying that for it. But I could utilize it like this. I could see myself utilizing it like this. Is pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Focus Entertainment acquires Verdun developer Blackmill Games. Okay, look. If anybody has anything to add to the news segment, let me know. This is the last main article I have. We've got a little bit of info about a Nintendo Direct happening, but that's going to be very, very quick after this article. So if you have anything to add to the news segment before I finish for today, let me know. We still have to talk about this Twitch issue with the bans and everything, so we'll get to that as well. But if you have anything to add, let me know in chat, okay? And we'll address it before we move on today. Focus Entertainment acquires Verdun developer Blackmill Games. Focus Entertainment has acquired Blackmill Games, a Dutch studio best known for multiplayer shooters Verdun and Tenenberg. Focus is the publisher for games including Evil West, which is coming out soon, A Plague Tale, Requiem, and Aliens Fireteam Elite, while Blackmill Games' latest titles include World War I shooters Verdun and Tenenberg. Blackmill Games is also currently working on Izanzo, which launches tomorrow. Following the acquisition, Focus Entertainment has clarified that Blackmill Games will keep its name. Will continue to work on its World War I game series. Christophe Niboulou, butchered that, Focus Entertainment CEO, described the acquisition of Blackmill as a great addition to the company's federation of talents. The studio has already shown strong DNA and identity and has proven to be an expert on delivering immersive, authentic, and realistic multiplayer FPS experiences with its World War I game series. One of the references of First World War shooters, continued Niboulou, we're looking forward to working with Jos and his team and continue delivering new unique experiences. Meanwhile, Blackmill CEO Jos Hobe said that joining Focus will help Izanzo reach its full potential. Earlier in the year, Focus Interactive acquired Likir Studio, the creator of Metal Slug Tactics. At the time, Niboulou said that Focus is constantly looking for new talents capable of growing and supporting the ambitions of our group. Okay. Cool. We have a Nintendo Direct happening at 9 o'clock. So roughly an hour and 20 minutes from now. Let's have a bit of discussion, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. What we might do is just watch a little bit of like YouTube stuff or something after the news segment. Hang out, chill, watch a little bit of content until the Nintendo Direct starts. Then watch Nintendo Direct, and then go into our Cult of the Lamb gameplay. Okay, that might be our play. We might watch some Carbot stuff. I don't know. We'll see what we can find on YouTube. We might just hang out for a little bit this morning, eat some food, chill out. But let's have a bit of a discussion here. So, what I brought up earlier, if you guys are familiar with who E-Rob is, E-Rob, it just came out that recently that E-Rob got a month-long ban. And if I remember correctly, E-Rob has, this is the first ban that E-Rob has ever had. I'm pretty sure. Let me verify this. First, suspension on Twitch. Yep. Hold on. So, see right here. According to a Twitter post from him, Twitch banned him for threatening to beat up a viewer at TwitchCon. Okay? That is a violent threat and unacceptable. Absolutely. This is this individual's first ever ban, right? And E-Rob has been on Twitch for, dude, years and years and years. We're talking a long time, right? First ever ban. This is not acceptable. Absolutely. But when we talk about the inconsistency with which Twitch hands out these bans, and the fact that somebody just got banned only a week for showing intercourse on their stream, and then E-Rob gets their first ever ban, his first ever ban. While I think you know, suspension suspension of the channel is right. You know, threatening violence on somebody else is not condonable, right? It needs to be handled. A month-long ban for this break of terms of service in regards to a week-long ban for showing sex on stream, intercourse on stream, live on the a channel, and only getting a week-long. Well, I don't understand where Twitch is at with these. Yo, Syke, what's up, buddy? With these, it's always been this way too. It's always been very inconsistent, and it doesn't. That doesn't make any sense to me. How does it work like that? You know, I think the thought initially behind what we were talking about the other day of that individual. I don't even know the streamer's name or anything, but got a ban for only a week showing intercourse on stream. And really, what all that did was make them super popular. And I don't want to know their name because I don't want to feed the fuel. You know, I don't want to feed into their popularity or anything. Really. So I don't want to be putting it out on my channel. I don't want to be you know, feeding fuel into their you know, popularity they're getting from breaking these terms. But then again, you get somebody like E-Rob that got a 30-day ban for a threat. I mean, you know, should they have gotten a ban for threatening somebody with a violent act? Yeah, probably so. Yep. But where's the consistency here? You know, that's it's really, really weird, man. And Twitch needs to figure their crap out. It doesn't make any sense at all. And it's always been this way, unfortunately. Twitch has just always been all over the place with handing out bans, and they're always very hush-hush about why people get bans and why the ban was for you know, for what amount of time, and you know, it's really, really weird. They've got to get their stuff figured out in regards to these bans and why they're handed out and why they're done for how long, and I don't know. I don't get it. Syke, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? That's what I wanted to touch on. So again, here's the play. We're going to what do you guys want to do? Let me ask you this. Anybody that's hanging out right now, we've got a Nintendo Direct happening in roughly an hour. And then we've got PlayStation's State of Play that we're going to, it's later tonight. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, man. All right. Bummer, dude. Bummer. There's a Sony State of Play showcase. Apparently, we thought this was happening earlier this week. They're saying it's happening tonight now. But it'll be after the stream ends. So we're going to watch that tomorrow in between news and gameplay. So we can either watch both Sony State of Play as a VOD and Nintendo as a VOD tomorrow in between the news segment and the gameplay, or we can hang out right now for roughly an hour, watch some like Carbot videos, stuff like that, watch some YouTube stuff, and then watch the Nintendo Direct, and then do gameplay for the rest of the day, and only watch the PlayStation State of Play tomorrow in between news and gameplay. What do you guys want to do? Let me know. Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and finish this news segment out, okay? I'm going to say thank you to everybody for being a part of the news segment today, and to everybody that's a part of this amazing community, and to help for helping create such an awesome place for myself and everybody else to hang out at every single day. If you're enjoying this content and you have the chance, please come hang out with myself and all the rest of the amazing people that are here every single day at 6 o'clock a.m. CST when we go live, and we start off every single stream with video gaming news, okay? Also, do me a favor, consider hitting that like and subscribe button if you're viewing this on YouTube, and just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. We'll catch everybody tomorrow for September 14th edition of Video Gaming News. All right.